And we're back with another episode of Joe vs. Joe. Having completed week 1, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Jordan.
And what a weekend it was.
It is college football.
College football came back just
strong
and beautiful. And, it was nice.
Wasn't it was nice. It's finally nice to have it back.
Oh, we loved it. Just remember, please like and subscribe all of our things at...
Joe vs. Joe.
Right
and
here.
Then it's right there. Oh. And please subscribe, comment, share it, do all the things. Help us out there.
Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and follow our YouTube page. We're here for you. And wow, what a week it was, Jordan. Oh my goodness. Week. We're going to just jump right into it. We had 5 games of the week last week. We're going to go through each one of them, and then we'll give you our 5 games of the week for week 2. And we've got a week 2.
Week 2 is coming in hot.
If you thought week 1 was fun, week 2 is going to be great. So our first game of the week last week was Oregon versus Georgia in Atlanta. So it was really a home game for Georgia.
Yeah, it was not a neutral site.
But it was it was number 11 Oregon going up against number 3 Georgia. And Georgia just showed they are wanting to win another national championship.
Yeah, they absolutely annihilated Oregon. Yep. It was absolutely insane. Oregon didn't even look like a top 25 team, which is why they fell out of the rankings this week. They are no longer in the top 25.
Yeah, and Georgia
kicked them right out.
They looked perfect in every aspect of the game. They ended up winning 49-3, and when you have a matchup like that, a number 11 team versus a number 3 team, you kind of expect it to be at least a little bit more of a dogfight.
Yep.
The Dogs came out and squashed
it was
Ducks.
Absolutely insane.
But we both picked Georgia, so luckily we
you guys picked Georgia too. Woohoo. So good on you.
Good for all of us. We're all going to celebrate with that one.
Go.
Good times. Number 2, I feel like this game was very hard to predict, but I should have. But after it happened, I was like, why didn't I pick Pitt?
No, but it was actually a good game.
It was a really good game.
Okay, the game number 2 was West Virginia at number 17 Pitt. And it went down to the wire. It went down to the wire. Pitt only won by a touchdown.
Well, West Virginia almost tied it up.
They did, at the end.
Man,
it was 38-31 for Pitt. So it really went down to the wire. So I think you definitely had a good pick with that.
I don't know. I felt like when they won, I was like, why didn't I pick Pitt?
Well, didn't West Virginia win in the past couple years? So.
Well, they haven't played for a few years, but
the last times they played.
Yeah, the last times they played. But yeah, Pitt ended up winning 38-31. Great game. Jordan picked Pitt. I picked West Virginia. So Jordan, good for you. Good
Pitt.
job. Jordan's already starting out strong with this year.
Winning.
Woohoo.
Let's just stop now.
Great. And what did the crowd pick on that one?
They picked Pitt as well. So good on you.
We had game 3. We had number 23 Cincinnati at number 19 Arkansas, and the Razorbacks are back.
The Razorbacks are back. They looked pretty good. They were actually leading Cincinnati pretty early on, and by quite a bit early on. They just let Cincinnati come up on them at the end in the second half. But Arkansas did look like the dominant team in the game, I will say. The score says maybe otherwise, that they were a little closer, but I feel like Arkansas definitely looked like the dominant team.
Yeah, no, and it was a good game. But yeah, Arkansas, the Razorbacks are back.
They won 31-24 over Cincinnati, kicking Cincinnati out of the rankings as well.
And we both picked Arkansas.
We did, and so did you as well. So
good job. Wonderful. In game 4, we had number 7 Utah at Florida.
This one hurt a little bit.
Oh man,
we were at that game and it was insane.
We learned a lot about the swamp.
Got to experience firsthand what it was like, but it was back and forth all game. Utah would score a touchdown and then Florida would. Both defenses did not do the best.
It just seemed whoever was on offense had control of the game.
Yeah, it really was. But the Florida quarterback was amazing. He really went out, and he was just great. Utah's defense could not get him at all. And so he was great. Florida did amazing. And it came down to literally the last second. Utah went to go either tie it up or win it. They needed a field goal to tie it or a touchdown to win it. And they almost had it. And then Cam Rising threw a pick instead. So, oh well. But the ending score to that.
29-26 Florida.
Yeah.
I picked Utah. Jordan picked Florida.
I did pick Florida.
So, oh man,
I got him there.
That one stung.
That one did sting. You also picked Utah, so sorry about that.
you're over here like,
sorry.
Yeah, but
that was the only good thing. I'd rather have been tied, but I'll go with I'm ahead.
Then we had game 5, and this was our game of the week, and we'll announce that in just a second. But let's just talk about it. We had number 5 Notre Dame at number 2 Ohio State.
I feel like this game was a lot closer than people would have thought. The predictions we were getting in, which we'll talk more about later, but the predictions we were getting in for like who that you got all sent in for the game of the week were a lot further apart. It was like 40s to 20s or 40s to 10s even, like, and the line even was 18 points by the end or 17. Like, it was pretty up there. But Ohio State only ended up winning by 11, and actually Notre Dame was winning at half.
Well, and I think Notre Dame really showed like, hey, we're a force to be reckoned with. We're not just gonna fold over. We are gonna make a run this year, And even though they lost, they're still gonna have a great year. They've got a great schedule ahead of them to make some noise. So
yeah, and
it'll be good.
They played Ohio State, so not a bad loss at all.
Ohio State ended up winning 21-10. And since this was our game of the week, we want you guys to send in your predictions. And we had many submissions. Submit and tell your friends to submit. We want to hear them all. And this week we had a winner, and it was Andrew Herod. Congrats! We're so proud of you. And that's what you get. You get a shout out, and we Venmo you $1. Congrats. Good job, Andrew. Thank you for submitting, and thank you all for submitting. We really appreciate that.
It's so fun to see the different submissions. And this week it was so crazy. Like, it was Ohio State by far. There were some Notre Dame guesses.
We had some Notre Dame, but the majority were Ohio State. This week, we'll wait to announce what our game of the week is. But this week, we feel like we're going to be more diverse in the predictions.
Yeah.
So
we're not going to just pick what, College Game Day is going to. We're going to pick a game that is like who is going to win. Either team can win.
Yeah, it's our game of the week.
So it's our game of the week.
So Jordan, if you want
to really quick though, that was our top 5 games, but I feel like we just have to mention one of the other games that happened in week 1, and that is Florida State LSU.
Oh my goodness.
Florida State and LSU played in New Orleans, so it was not a home game for LSU, but again, kind of a home game for LSU.
Although there were a lot of Florida State fans.
Yeah.
There were a lot. You travel well.
A lot closer than Oregon to Atlanta, for sure.
For sure.
So, but that game was absolutely insane.
LSU, down a touchdown, drives the whole length of the field with 1 second left on the 1 or 2 yard line, throws a touchdown pass. They're going to go to overtime. They go to kick the field goal, and Florida State, bam, no way.
And they lost by 1 point.
Man.
Also, LSU had some missed field goals earlier that would have won them the game too.
Man.
And some penalties. It was just absolutely insane. Watch the highlights if you didn't miss out on that game, because that was by far the
That's our honorable mention.
Yeah,
game.
Honorable mention. That was a crazy game for sure.
So
Even
fun.
I have to mention this too. Iowa versus South Dakota State. Iowa was ranked number 2 at one point last year, and although they're not supposed to be as good this year, they're still a Big Ten team that's competitive-ish, and they won 7-3 against South Dakota State, but their 7 was not a touchdown. It was a field goal and 2 safeties.
So crazy.
It is now called the Iowa touchdown.
I love it.
Some week 1 drama for you.
It was good. It was so good. Going back to the LSU game just real quick, when they missed the field goal, I was watching it. I just went.
So insane.
I just sat there. I couldn't believe it.
I gotta say that's a worse ending than the Utah game. I feel like because the Utah one, they had to at least like make a touchdown, and they never even did that. But usually once you get a touchdown, you think the extra point is almost guaranteed.
It's never guaranteed.
It's never guaranteed, but it's almost like you almost just add 7 to to the point total. But they literally missed it. That's so sad. So heartbreaking.
So going into our games of the week this week.
Well, hold on. Should we say the final scores out of week 1?
Oh my goodness. I skipped our scores. Yes. I'm just so excited for our games of the week.
He just doesn't want to say that he's losing.
Well, no, I'm fine. If I'm losing to this one. But no, our games of the week are just so juicy. Anyway, Jordan, why don't you tell us our scores?
Okay, so well, first for the top 5 games, we do them a little differently. First of all, I'll just go over the scoring really quick. For our top 5 games, we score them. You get 2 points total. So if we both pick it, we get 1 point each, adding up to 2. If one of us picks the correct team and the other one picks the losing team, the one that picked the correct team gets 2, the other one gets 0. That's kind of how it works. With the game of the week, it's 3 points though. So 3 and 0 or 1 and 1 still. So that's kind of how it works. I was 5 for 5 for the games of the week. Joseph was 3 for 5. Sorry, I would have rather been tied. And then the crowd was 4 for 5 and ESPN was 4 for 5. Mm-hmm. So
we'll only keep the scores for us though. And I came in at 20 points and Jordan came in at 24.
Because we also keep the quick picks. That was the next thing, the quick picks. So Jordan's quick picks, they're all just the rest of the top 25 teams games. We just like kind of go through really fast, at the end. And those are just 1 point. It's either all or nothing. You get a point or you don't. And we both got those all right. Yeah. They were pretty easy though. So yeah, the final score for week 1 is 24-20.
Yep.
Me.
And we'll keep the records and it'll be great. I'm definitely losing out of Jordan, the crowd, and ESPN at 3 and 5 games.
But it's only week 1.
But nobody's beating Jordan. Anyway, good job, Jordan.
I should just quit now.
No, you can.
I'm just kidding.
You gotta keep going. All right. So then now our games of the week.
Now it's time.
Now is our games of the week. And our first game of the week, it just is going to be so interesting, and I'm so pumped for it. We got number 1, Alabama, at Texas. Texas is asking for it, though, and they want it, and Alabama is ready to see if Texas is up for the challenge. It's going to be so good, and it's so juicy. College game day is going to be there. There's a lot on the line.
A lot. Texas's reputation.
A lot on the line, I think. More for Texas.
For sure. This is Texas's big. If they could even come close to beating them, even respectable, even make sure that the line isn't covered. I feel like the respect for them will grow. And Texas is in the other receiving votes. They're not ranked yet. So they are in the other receiving votes, though. So we'll see. They did pretty much annihilate their opponent from last week. And same with Alabama, of course. So it should be a pretty dang good game.
Yeah. However, Jordan, who are you picking?
Oh, I have to go with Alabama. I mean, I feel like... how could you not almost?
How could you not? I think it's going to be such a fun game to watch, though. Texas and Alabama. Alabama's favored by 20. Okay, that's 20 points. So, yeah, it'll be just really cool to see. I'm going with Alabama as well. Roll Tide roll. It'll be great. Now, our game number 2, we have number 24 Tennessee at number 17 Pitt. I think, just real quick, I think that Pitt actually has a lot more to prove in this game. Tennessee, yes, is kind of rumbling. They're coming back. But Pitt, not a lot of people are big on Pitt this year. And you know what? If Pitt wants to say that, we're back, we're going to have a good year, they've got to beat Tennessee.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's at Pitt, but Tennessee's favored by 6.5 points.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting, too. And with that, who are you going to pick?
Going with Tennessee.
I got to go with Tennessee as well, actually. Go Volunteers. Good. I think
Volunteers.
I just was not convinced of Pitt's performance last week against West Virginia.
No.
So I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Yeah.
The next game.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm so excited. I just keep going.
We have Arizona State at number 11, Oklahoma State. This is an interesting game. Because Arizona State was not supposed to be good and still is not supposed to be good this year. But they absolutely creamed NAU in week 1, which it's NAU, but still. And Oklahoma State is, number 11. They're supposed to be pretty decent, but they barely won against, what was it, Central Michigan or something?
Central Michigan always gives them a hard time, though.
Yeah, but still, I just feel like a number 11 team should be handling them a lot more. Yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of interesting. I think, Oklahoma State is the 11-point favorite. It is at home for them. So, yeah, but we'll see kind of, it'll be a test for both of them, I think. But with that, I am going to go Oklahoma State.
I'm going Oklahoma State.
Wow, we're 3 for 3, like both of us.
I think Oklahoma State, I'll give follow-up to this prediction. I think Oklahoma State is going to more than cover the 11 points, and they're going to win by 11 points or more. So
yeah, I could see that.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens, but that would be my guess. Next game 4. Wow, this one, Florida, you just are going to be able to prove yourself again. Now that you're number 12, going from unranked to now number 12.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Good for
unranked
you.
To number 12.
That says a lot, and honestly, I think you belong there. I think
they did super well.
Mm-hmm. And, number 20, Kentucky, a team that's trying to prove itself, especially from last year, they did really well. Mm-hmm. Going to the Swamp, looking to upset, but Florida's looking to ride the wave that they're on, and it will just be...
Prove that they are back.
To prove they're back and they're ready to go, locked and loaded.
With that, though, I got to go Florida. I mean, I was very impressed with them this last Saturday. I think they are getting the respect now, obviously, at number 12. A few of their players earned SEC, Players of the Week honors this last week after that game. Even with Georgia annihilating Oregon, you had a few Florida players win those honors. So
big SEC matchup, honestly. It's kind of an underrated SEC matchup.
Yeah. But for the East, it really is deciding because this is like who is going to compete with Georgia in the East.
Yeah. I'm going to go with number 12, Georgia. Not Georgia. Oh, my goodness. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I'm going to go with number 12, Florida. Why in the world? I don't know why I said that.
You should lose points just
Florida
for that.
Gators in the Swamp. They're going to win big, I think.
Yeah. Wow, we are just agreeing left and right this
Lockstep.
Week. We'll see if that's for the game of the week.
Here's our game of the week.
Now this is we pick it because we think this is going to be, the craziest, and literally either team could win it. Alabama, Texas is the obvious game of the week. That's where College Game Day is going. But I mean, I just don't feel like a 20-point favorite is a game of the week material.
We just think that
us.
Majority of the predictions would be Alabama.
We want a little bit more
in
of
this
a
game, we think we're going to have it pretty split.
So that, our game of the week is number 9 Baylor at number 21 BYU.
And BYU is favored in this game, even though being ranked, significantly lower. 21-9.
I mean, it's respectable, it's terrible, but it's still a lot lower.
It still is. Wow. I just think it's going to be intense.
But BYU is the 3.5-point favorite in that game. And we're both wearing our Baylor shirts.
Sorry, BYU. We just don't have BYU shirts.
We just don't have BYU shirts, and we're not motivated to get BYU shirts. So,
however,
sorry.
With that, though, with us both wearing Baylor shirts, I'm picking BYU to win.
I am also. So that's kind of funny.
It's great. I think BYU is going to win, and I actually think BYU will cover the 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing. Last year they played as well, and they played at Baylor, and Baylor won. And so I think BYU is going to be out for blood. They're going to be wanting to get revenge. This is a almost Big 12 matchup because BYU is heading into the Big 12. They're not there yet. So they're going to want to prove themselves against the reigning Big 12 champ Baylor and get revenge from last year. And it's at home. It's their first home game of the season. BYU's coming off an impressive win at South Florida. They crushed them, And so it'll just be, and Baylor also crushed their team that they played last.
Let's just be sure. Let's give that team a shout out at least.
Yeah, sorry. They played.
1 second. They played.
Albany?
Albany. Good for you.
They beat them 69-10.
Yikes.
So this is really Baylor's and BYU's chance to prove who they are.
This is a good measuring stick for them. I think they're going to really find out where each team are at, how good you actually are, where you need to improve. Because honestly, in the first game, it was kind of like a really warm-up game for this one. But yeah, I think BYU will win. regardless of my shirt and Jordan's shirt. But yeah. Anyway, this is our game of the week. Please communicate to us through Instagram. Comment on our page. We will get your score prediction there.
Text us if you have our number. Tweet us anything, but send us who you think is going to win and the score prediction. You have to send both. We want both, and with that, you'll be competing against the crowd, and if you get close enough, you will get our shout out and $1. It'll be great. And yeah. With that, we're going to head into, lastly, Jordan's quick picks of the week. Jordan's quick picks. Here we go. So this is just the last top 25 games of the week. We're going to just go really fast. Okay. Arkansas at number 3, Ohio State. Ohio State. Do you disagree? Wait. Oh, Arkansas State. Oh, sorry, did I not say that? Arkansas State. I was like, I didn't know they were playing. That's great. Like, wait a minute. Why wasn't that a game of the week? That's a game of the week. Okay. No, Arkansas State at number 3. Ohio State will win. Okay. Southern Mississippi at number 15, Miami. Miami and Miami by a lot. Yeah. South Carolina at number 16, Arkansas. Arkansas, the Razorbacks are back. Razorbacks are back. Arkansas, that is an interesting game, though. Okay, number 23, Wake Forest at Vanderbilt. I go Wake Forest. Are you gonna go? I'll go Vanderbilt. Ooh. We gotta have at least one difference. Yeah, we can't be the same on everything. Okay, next we have Charleston Southern at number 18, NC State. NC State. Yeah. Although you're not for real, but you're not for real at all. Bless your hearts. NC State. Next, we have SUU at number 13, Utah. Utah and yikes. Marshall at number 8, Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Sorry, Marshall. You're in trouble. Furman at number 5, Clemson. Appalachian State at number 6, Texas A&M. Okay, Washington State at number 19, Wisconsin. Samford at number 2, Georgia. Samford. No, Georgia. They're both the Bulldogs, though. That's fun. Hey. Okay, Akron at number 14, Michigan State. Michigan State. Houston, number 25, Houston at Texas Tech. I'm going to go Texas Tech. Oh, I'll go Houston. Fine. Kent State at number 7, Oklahoma. Same. Central Arkansas at number 22, Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Go Rebels. Number 10, USC at Stanford. Oh, I want Stanford to win, but USC will win. I'm going to say USC. Hawaii at number 4, Michigan. Go Blue. And that is it. So that is it. And so please remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us, all the things. We're so grateful for your support. And let's do another week of college football. See you in week 3.